How's it going, people? This is Shane from the Blue Water Battle Circuit, and I thought I would do a quick draft analysis of what I drafted and why I drafted it. So for my first pick, we unbanned Deoxys Speed, and I thought, since I haven't used this Pokemon before, I thought it would be fun to use. So looking at stats, 95 in both attacks and 90 in both defenses, and you got this monstrous 180 speed, which makes it the fastest Pokemon in the game. And even if you're running Choice Scarf, anything under 103 with the Choice Scarf, I still outspeed. So this thing is going first almost every time, and its move pool is actually a lot more diverse than I thought it was. Energy Ball on the special side. On the physical side, you get the elemental punches, knockoff. I even think Pursuit's in there. It has its own unique move called Psycho Boost, which is basically a special psychic move that's superpower. Recover if I wanted to get HP back. The only downside of Deoxys is that 50 HP stat is to be desired, but when you have such balanced stats in the other categories, it isn't too bad. For my second pick, from the beginning of me building a team, I did want to run a rain team. So looking at what was available in OU, I really wanted to pick up Thunderous Eye. With Prankster giving priority to status moves, Rain Dance gets priority, so unless you have something that outspeeds my 111 Thunderous, I'm getting Rain Dance off. Then with Thunder not missing in the rain and it being Stab, that's a pretty hard-hitting move with that 125 special attack. And then at 115 attack, I can run a physical Thunderous if I want to. It also gets access to moves like U-Turn. It does get Volt Switch, so either side I run, I still get Switch Initiative. Crunch hits for the physical side, Dark Pulse for the special side. So this is really hard to prepare for, just like Deoxys over here. From the beginning, I really didn't know what Mega I wanted. So because there's a lot of good Megas in OU, I felt like whatever the best Mega that was available at the end of OU would be what I would pick, and I was very fortunate that Mega Lopunny was still available. So we all know what Mega Lopunny does. It has decent bulk, it hits like a truck, it's pretty quick, gets access to Fake Out, Scrappy, and it be normal fighting. Nothing resists its stab at all. Jump Kick hits like a truck. Return with stab, it has like 152 power, something like that. It gets the elemental punches. And in the draft format, everybody knows how good Lopunny is. It's just a really solid mon. Since I am the Marysville Kingdras, and Kingdra's my favorite Pokemon, I did draft it for my first pick in UU. This thing can do a lot of stuff. Like Deoxys, its stats are very balanced. And then in the rain, with Swift Swim, its base stats are, I believe, 170. So unless you have a Choice Scarfer, you're not outspeeding Kingdra in the rain. Plus, with its Stab Water and the boost in the rain, it's one of the best Pokemon in the game once rain is up. It gets access to Iron Head and Flash Cannon, so it can take care of fairies if it needs to. That's the only problem with Kingdra, is that since Fairy is by far the best type, and it's weak to it, it kind of falls short. But also we get Sniper, so there's this Kingdra set that's available to me. Even defensively, Kingdra is very underrated as like a defensive wall. It doesn't have without like leftovers, it doesn't have good recovery, which is its only downside if you want to run the defensive set, but it is an option. So Kingdra is another Pokemon that's just really hard to prepare for, which is really my goal for the draft. Is I wanted a rain team, but it didn't need to be in the rain, and then a lot of my Pokemon don't fall in like a single box of it's this Pokemon, so I kind of have to prepare for this. Every Pokemon has like multiple sets of what it can run. I did draft Landorus, um, Tornadus. Has the same ability as its twin brother, Thundurus. Same stats. They do have different moves. I do know Tornadus gets Heat Wave. It doesn't get Volt Switch. It only gets U-Turn. So I can only get Switch Initiative if I won. If I ran the physical side. Knockoff. It gets Hurricane, which also doesn't miss in the rain, and that's Stab. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave for fairies. Hidden powers if need be. Again, it can, with Prankster, I can get the rain up with priority. So, Tornadus is another really solid mon. The only thing I'm kind of regretting is running them both on the same team. When people prepare for it, isn't as good as I thought it would be. Where when I was doing like tests and stuff, like on the ladder, it was working very well. But when I did some preseason games, it didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. So, I mean, there's a possibility I might drop Tornadus, but just like its brother, Thundurus, it's also extremely hard to prepare for. And then I might even not run rain, which is different to prepare for if I am running it. So it's just really hard to think of what my sets can be. Donphan, a lot of people think of it as just a rapid spinner with a really good physical and defense stat, but it can be a really good offensive threat. And it gets really good coverage now with like the buffs it got in Gen 6. Now with like Gunk Shot, Stab Earthquake is always very nice. Having Electric Immunity is really good. It gets Ice Shard for priority with that 120 attack is actually pretty good. Play Rough for dragons is an option also for fighting in dark types. Seed Bomb is a really good move for him to have now to hit water types. It does get, like I said, poison moves for grass types, coverage for that. So that is the end of my OU picks. Do that every time. Then for my RU picks, I drafted Emboar. I really wanted a fire type, and I felt like he was by far the best fire type in RU, and one of the most underrated. Just like the goal I was looking for, I wanted mons that were really hard to prepare for, and Emboar is one of them. I mean, most likely I will be running the physical Reckless set just because it hits so hard. There's no reason not to. But that 100 special attack is not to be laughed at. I can run choice specs and it hits really hard. It gets tons of good special attacks. It gets access to Scald for whatever reason, but I'm not complaining because it's by far one of the best moves in the game. Flamethrower, Fire Blast, extremely good moves. Heat Wave, and then on the physical side, it gets Head Charge and Flare Blitz and Wild Charge. I'm sorry, not Wild Charge, Head Smash. So, plus with the Reckless boost, this thing's really good. It's also a really good choice scarfer. I've used it on Battle Spot and have gotten some lucky wins. It does get like Sucker Punch for priority. Will-O-Wisp to burn. So this Pokemon really fell into the goal I wanted of stuff that was hard to prepare for. As you can see from my team, it's pretty offensive right now, so I needed a wall. So I did pick up Registeel. I think is one of the most versatile walls in the game, with its solid 150 defenses. And then also it has a 75 in both attacks. So again, I can run special, I can run physical, I can run a physically defensive set, I can run a specially defensive set. So again, this is a really hard mon to prepare for, and it's not like it has like crappy move pools for both sets either. Earthquake, Stab Iron Head, Hammer Arm is not a bad move. Power Up Punch, since it's really hard to take it down, so you can get a couple of those up. It does get access to Stealth Rocks. The only really big problem with Reggie Seal is it has no recovery other than its item. So that's the only like kind of crappy thing about it, but it is really hard to take down. Next, I really wanted I needed a grass type, and there's not a lot of offensive grass types, but Skeptile is one of them, and he was available, so I scooped him up. Again, pretty balanced attacks, and that 120 speed is pretty good. So again, there's a sword stance set I can run, so I can run it physically. It has a really good physical move pool. On the special side, the move pool is not as good, but the attack is higher. Um, he does get Giga Drain, so I do get some in synthesis. So I do have recovery options with it. Skeptile is basically just a crappy grass Greninja, but for an RU pick, it's a pretty good bargain pick. So I scooped him up. NU, I was looking around, and I saw a Barbarnacle. I've gotten tons of sweeps with the Shell Smash set. This thing is extremely good. Unlike my other Pokemon, it's a physical attacker. That's basically all it is. It can be a defensive wall, but Rock Water isn't the best defensive type, so that's a set I'm probably not going to use. Just being honest. This thing's move pool is pretty solid. I think the only thing that people really hate is that the only physical water move it gets is Razor Shell. So if you want your Tough Claws to go up, you have to run Razor Shell, which has a chance to miss. And 75 power isn't all that. If it could get on Waterfall, it would definitely be an RU Pokemon. But yeah, that's basically Barbarnacle. Since I did want to run a water team, I picked up a rain team. I did pick up Politoed. We all know what Politoed's really here for, is to set up the rain and to be he's an alright special defensive wall, but I can run it physically defensive if I wanted to. That 90 HP is pretty nice. 75 defense isn't the best, but it's not the worst. And then that 90 special attack is alright, but the rain will always be up when Politoed is out. So water, not only am I getting the stab, I'm also getting the rain boost. So especially offensively, this thing actually isn't that bad at all. And then for my final pick, I was going to pick Avalugg, but because I wanted a rapid spinner, but I didn't think Donphan would be available come third round for NU, but it was, so I picked that up. So I was kind of looking around at what I wanted, and Gorbis was available. And if you watch the GBA, Lord MV showed how good this thing is in the draft format with like Smash Pass. Since I am running a rain team, I do get access to both of its abilities, Swift Swim and Hydration, which is pretty nice. 52 speed, doubled in the rain, isn't that bad. And if I get a Shell Smash off, this thing is pretty quick. I haven't calced how fast it is in the rain with the shell smash, but that gets you about like 102 times 2, so like 204 base. So even if you have, you would have like need a 120 or a 110 like Pokemon with a choice scarfed out speed it. And then even 105 physical defense isn't that bad, and 75 special defense with a 55 HP is to be desired, but it's not bad, especially for your last pick and you. I couldn't be happier with it. So that is my team. Um, Most people have drafted. There was an issue with people being available. You know, everyone says they can come to. I mean, they can meet at this time, and a couple days before stuff happens. So only one person has not drafted. So when they have, I will post the full teams for everybody, and then I'm also doing a small like preseason power ranking, and then the schedule for our videos um will be one every day, and then Friday I will probably do a team builder for myself, and if other people want to do a team builder, it'll be posted the day before their battle. It just so happens that in the schedule, the site I used put me first for every single week for whatever reason, which works out for me schedule wise. Um, so how like the schedule will be, if you look at it, it will be like that order. So I will be every Saturday according to the schedule, and then the second battle will be like Sunday, Monday. So there will be battle every day. Wasn't supposed to show that. Um, Also, week one was delayed. Just because not everyone has drafted. Not everyone was in the same chat at once, so we all couldn't give contact information. So we're all slowly giving each other that. So instead of week one starting the 9th, it will be the 16th, just so people can now use their team. We're slowly getting our information to each other. So, but after the 16th, there will be a video every single day. I already talked about that. Um, we are having a playoff run thing. We are having playoffs, so the top 6 teams will be in the playoff. So just show you like quick how it work. Um, there'll be 2 buys for the first, or in the best record and the second best record, and then it would be the third best record would face the 6th, and the 4th with the 5th. If there's a tie, it will be settled by the head-to-head. So since we all play each other once, if you're tied, whoever won that battle would be the tiebreaker. And then for whatever reason, if there is a 3-way tie, it will be settled through differential. So like let's say I won 3 battle. I did 3 battles, and I won them all by 3-0. So that means my differential would be +9. So like whoever has the highest in that would be how it works if there's a 3-way tie. So I just thought I would show that, since I haven't talked to everybody personally about it, and I'm pretty bad at explaining stuff in general. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. If there's a forfeit, so I do want a video posted that day. So if you could leave a suggestion of what you want in the comments, I would love to hear your guys' suggestions. I mean, I there is stuff I could do. I could just like do a live for like half an hour, just try to enjoy myself, and try to talk to you people. That could be an option. I can do some other like little show, like we could do like a pick'em crew or something. So I mean, there's options. So whatever you guys kind of want, I'll do. Just I was kind of thinking maybe we could do like a salty run back for if there was like a close battle, but it wouldn't count for anything. It would just be like a content thing posted if there was a forfeit and we knew about it before. Um, I think that is it. So leave a like if you liked, leave a like if you disliked. If you're kind of in between, like you don't know if you hated it or liked it, leave a like. So everybody have a good day.